Hey guys, I'm going to go ahead and talk about my bookshelf that I titled Best of American Literature. I'm going to talk about why I have these books in that category, why I like the books, and why I would include these on a book list for a development of the American novel classroom. So the first book that I have is A Wrinkle in Time, and I like this book because it has so many different themes. It is a Disney book. It allows students to, look through different themes and really revert back to a child-like mentality. It is an easy read, and that's why I have it at 4 stars, and that's why I would include that book. The next book I have is Everything is Illuminated, and this was on our book list for this class, and I gave it 3 stars. And I think it's awesome how the author has the book um, shifting from different perspectives. And I think that by the author doing this, it does make the book a lot more interesting. And I do like that it was included on our book list because overall it is a good book to have for American literature. The next book I have is The Awakening by Kate Chopin. I gave this book 2 stars just because it is a little slow, and this was on our American literature list, but I did like it. It was interesting. It showed women in a different light than what books in that time period would. It talked about a woman's wants over what she was supposed to be doing, and I really did like this book. And I do like Professor Baker's choice to put it on our book list. The next game is The Hunger Games, and majority of everybody knows what The Hunger Games is. It's written by Suzanne Collins. This is a great young adult book, and I would include it because it really is an awesome book. I've read it a few times. It's just interesting. It's just one of those books that you can't put down because you have to know what happens next. And I think that, you know, a class like this, when you're reading a bunch of older books, you kind of need that break of something that you're familiar with, something that, you know, pertains to us and is interesting and something that's easier to read. And that's why I would include The Hunger Games. Next is The Giver. I read this book when I was in high school. I gave it 4 stars. It is a super interesting take of, future America. And I really do like the storyline, the plot, everything that it has to offer. This would be an awesome book to have students in an American novel class read. Um, that's why I would put it on my book list. I have it in my bookshelf. The next book I have is Holes, and that's written by Lois Sachar. I gave this book four. I gave this book 4 stars because it is a good book. Um, it seems a little simple. The main point is it's a boy who gets sent to a detention center, and their punishment is to dig holes. But the story that goes with why they're digging holes and everything is what makes this book awesome, what makes it interesting, and that's why I would include it on my book list for an American novel class. The next book that I have is The Great Gatsby, and I love, 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 love this book. It is honestly my favorite book. I love the movie. I love everything about it, everything about Jay Gatsby, and honestly, I gave it 5 stars. And I think that if I was picking books for an American novel class, this would be on it because this is such a great book about the 20s, the Roaring 20s time, and I really do love this book. Next, I have The Perks of Being a Wallflower, and I gave this book 3 stars. And it's just a nice young adult book. Again, I really am one who enjoys more modern books, and this really fits the criteria of that. So I would include this on my American novel list. The next book is In Cold Blood. This was on our reading list for this class, and I really did enjoy it because I really do enjoy true crime novels and things about mysteries and just figuring out basically what this book is, and I really did enjoy it. And I am glad that it was on our book list to read because I was introduced to an awesome book. I gave it 4 stars, and I think that it should be kept on the book list. The next book is Their Eyes Were Watching God. I gave this book 3 stars, and this book was really awesome. The language was a little hard because Zora Neale Hurston, she writes the book the way that the characters in the book talked. And so sometimes you have to read it a few times to really get what they're talking about, but it really takes you through this woman's journey through her marriages and through everything, and really shows the light, and it really captures what an American novel is. And that's why I have it on my or in my bookshelf, and why I think it should be kept for the class. The last book I have is a classic American novel that everybody knows. It's Twilight, written by Stephenie Meyer. I gave it 4 stars. It's a series. I like it. It's a fun book that everybody knows. Um, I think that it could be implemented in an American novel class because Stephenie Meyer's really just went and captured all of America with her novel, all of the world actually, by writing this novel. And it's a really good novel. It's fiction, and it would just be a fun read for a class like that. And so here are all the books that I've chose again, and I hope you like my choice of books, and I would love to see what you guys have in your bookshelf. Thank you.